innovations will not thrive in Africa, especially in Ghana. So the ministry, taking heed to that, we just about to launch a comprehensive ICT policy that will make sure it creates a friendly environment for all stakeholders, which include Tech Aid and all of you here, to support this initiative that you are doing. We want to make sure that our kids develop this fourth industrial revolution skills, that is digital skills. So we want to promote that so we can have a lot of innovations. Remember, we are in the fourth industrial revolution, that is 21st century. Every child, irrespective of your location, should develop one of the digital skills. That is robotics, coding, and artificial intelligence. If you want to be a good participant, you have to at least develop one of these skills. So in the policy, the minister has guided us to make sure we create an environment for every child, every student to understand at least the standard part of robotics or the basic robotics, artificial intelligence, and coding, so you can use it to thrive in this EdTech space that we are creating. So at St. Louis, we have produced, or we have come up with a lot of initiatives. The first one mimics or is in relation with Asanka. It's called the iBox. The iBox is the intelligent box system. It's an offline learning management system. You do not need anything connectivity to be on the iBox, because most of our remotest places or areas in the country, they don't have good connectivity. So we need to develop a system that do not leverage on connectivity. So the iBox, it works just like the Asanka. The difference may be the sizes and maybe a few features, which we are talking to see how we can collaborate to produce more of these to support education in the country. The whole focus is to make sure that we promote education, to make sure every child, irrespective of location, will have access to education. We are also working on what we call the Minecraft education. That is the Ghana Minecraft education. I know Minecraft education is in the US, but in Ghana, our setup, we are focusing on the 4 C's to make sure that a child, as young as you are, you will develop the 4 C's. That is collaboration, critical thinking, creativity, and good communication skills. So we are infusing gamification into our content production, so students and teachers will be more creative and learn majority of the stuff, so they can produce made in Ghana stuff to compete globally. So Ghana has Minecraft education. The other part is the learning passport, which is the iBox and the Asanka. I don't know about the Asanka, which school going age, but my iBox focuses on SHS 1, SHS 2, and SHS 3. But if you look at the school going age or levels in the country, it's 14 years. We have 2 years KG, we have 6 years primary, we have 3 years JHS, then senior high school 3 years, making 14. So if we have a device for SHS, then what happens to the other school going age? We spoke with UNICEF, and they were so much proactive and ready to support. So they came about with a Ghana Learning Passport, which is focusing on the basic school to make sure every child, as young as you are, you will develop the early desire in technology, so we can see the evidence and the importance of technology, especially in this revolution we are. And the minister is in support. Remember, I said that leadership support is crucial, and we want to gravitate and move towards just memorization. We want creative thinking. So recently he made a statement that you cannot innovate, you cannot memorize your way out of poverty, but you can innovate yourself out of poverty. The statement he made at UN focuses on that. He wishes that Ghana education will start to move away just memorization, but to infuse creativity so we can innovate ourselves from whatever situation Ghana is going on. And that is what St. Louis is about, and how we are going to work with Tech Aid, implementers, and all the stakeholders for us to achieve. My last statement is, I don't know anybody or any country that have got into innovation stage doing that alone. We need to make sure we collaborate, because wherever your work and my work will start there. So collaboration is key. SDG 17 is what St. Louis stands for. Thank you.
Thank you very much. And you've brought up a number of very key points for which there are a number of follow-up questions, and I'm sure Kafui is going to want to weigh in on the Asanka device versus the iBox. But before we do that, I want to turn to Toyin. And Toyin, given your work with the Ghana Science and Technology Explorer Challenge Prize, which encourages and supports junior high school students, our primary focus, and teachers in Ghana to develop STEM, and hopefully STEAM as well, because we're working that into our program, skills. How is the exposure to the Yamoransa Model Labs program contributed towards critical thinking skills, problem-solving skills, and global competitiveness of the students? And how will our students do in your contest?
Wow. Big questions. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for inviting me for the panel. I'm very excited to be here. Hello? Is that better? Yeah. Thank you. As I said, thank you for allowing me to be on the panel. And I'm just so impressed with everything I've heard, simply because our youth are the future. If we're not investing in them now, when are we going to invest in them? So one of the passions I have with regards to JHS students is we don't want any of our young people to be left behind. We are in the 4th generation. Ghana is not an island. It has to collaborate. It is collaborating, and I'm so excited to see the best of the communities here demonstrating what your models have to offer. The Ghana Science and Tech Explorer Prize is about unearthing the problems that you are having in your communities, and with those solutions, finding people in the public sector who want to invest. So it's not just, oh, we've come up with a competition, we've won the competition, happy, happy, happy. It's more about now we can really invest in our community. Now we've used our community to tell us that we've got these types of young people who we need to talk to, who we need to engage, who we need to be part of not just the critical thinking process, but the entrepreneurship process. How does this make money? How does this help me to build? How do I network? How do I build collaborations? It's about that part of the nugget that's missing. And when I first came to Ghana quite a few years ago and decided to come and live here, most of the things that I didn't like was the chew and pour. You know, you can tell me what that booklet says, but can you tell me what you can do with that information now you have it? How can you implement what you've learned? And if we don't, we are going to be left behind. We're going to be the biggest continent with the biggest amount of young people in 2020 something. It's not yesterday, it's tomorrow. And if we're not ready, we're not going to be able to take part as global citizens. So I love the fact that we look at SDG goals, but what are our goals? What are our goals for Ghana? What are our goals for Africa in terms of our problems and our solutions? So the G-STEP unearths that, and I'd really like to see some more collaborations with G-STEP. We've spoken about this before. What's really impactful are, as I've said, you've got the best of the communities here. So talk to our young people, all of them in the things that you're doing, and make sure that these models aren't, as you said, you've gone into communities, spoken to leaders, you've got lots of management committees, but make sure they have young people on them as well. Because the way they think is not the way we think. And where they're going, we can't go there. We can just guide them, and they're going to take over. So I loved what I heard about Minecraft, and your kids are playing these games. So let those be some of the introductions to how they commit to being part of the conversation. And more collaboration, please. We're all doing the same type of work. So yeah, that's what I have to say. Thank you.
Thank you. Kafui, I want to give you an opportunity sort of to jump in, talk a little bit about what you heard from both of our other panelists and see what your thoughts are. And then talk a little bit more about maybe what distinguishes the Asanka.
Okay, thank you. So there is going to be an opportunity even over lunch for myself and Anna to talk about